Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. Let me just play some music. We are going to move on to the second game between Red and pSi. I don't know how the hell I forgot that. I've literally just casted a game between them, you know? This is actually kind of bad. Just shows how bad my memory gets. Wow. Okay, let's gloss over that for a second because we have a really cool match coming up for you here. Red, of course, leading 1-0 in the series, but can pSi bring it back? Can they get themselves on the table? Let's see who is going to be their challenger here, and let's see who is going to be fighting for Red as well. Let's move on over to the overlay, and let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, the man who wants to try and get pSi on the board is going to be Prase. And he is going to be up against Eriador, very strong, very old school race picker from Norway. So, really cool guy. Really nice guy as well. Also known as Liquid Drone, if you don't know who he is. Prase, I think Prase is quite old school himself. I don't really recognize his name, but I'm sure there are people in the foreign scene that have been around a lot longer than I have that probably do know who he is. But that is going to be a pretty cool match. It's going to be a PvZ, and they are going to be playing on Neo Moonglaive. So Neo Moonglaive, a very fun map. CVP so far in the STPL, and let's think of what I'm saying before I say it. It's been pretty balanced so far in the STPL and the Clash of Chart tournaments I've done. So gonna be kind of cool to see how Prase can do against Eriador here. Eriador's Protoss knowledge is very strong, and his Zerg knowledge is very strong as well. So kind of interested to see how he's gonna do here, and what exactly is Prase gonna do to try and take Eriador off of Kilter even, off Kilter. And let's find out. So let's head on over to the next game. Let's get started, and let's get going. Okay, so this time starting us off in the bottom left position, we do have the orange Protoss fighting for pSi. It's gonna be Prase. And his opponent up here in the 12 o'clock position is gonna be the teal Zerg. It's gonna be red Eriador. Now, pSi, as grassed just pointed out, Prase's actually been around since around 1999, so he's been around a lot longer than I have. So, I mean, I don't know what else I can say to that. A lot of respect for him sticking with the game so long. And this should be a fairly interesting series. We've not seen too many of Prase's games so far. Of course, with me across a lot of tournaments and just specking a lot of games as well. I've seen Eriador play a lot, and I know somewhat how he likes to play. He's very much a queen user in pretty much all of the matchups if he can do it. I don't know if he's ever used queens in CVC, but he usually PvZs, so I don't even think I've seen a CVZ from Drone before actually. But I believe he race picks ZVP, PvZ, and PvT. I don't think he plays any Terran matchup from what I remember. I think I've seen him play Terran a couple of times, but not very often. So, you know what, there's not really too much I can say about that, but Prase going for a pretty early scout. He's actually going for 2 gateways in the main. Sorry, I completely missed this when I was looking at it. And we actually see Drone going for Eriador, going for a 12 hatch. So, well, actually, was that an 11 hatch? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, he went for an 11 hatch, so I don't know if this is super... I don't think it's as greedy as an 11 pool. An 11 hatch. But it is still pretty greedy going hatch first before pool. One of the more standard openings these days in CVP is actually overpool into 12 hatch, but we will have an 11 pool coming up after this as well. So Eriador will not be completely blindsided, and of course, Prase did scout Eriador last, so That's going to play in his favor just a little bit as well. One thing that Eriador should know is based on the fact his Overlord's over here, he'll know exactly where his opponent's spawning as well, as it is a 3-player map. So let's see how this is going to go. The first Zealot is out on the way. If he can try and block this drone, which will be near impossible, looks like he's going to avoid doing that. How much damage can this two gateway Zealot really do? Now, 2-gate Zealot I've not really seen as much in PvZ, but of course it does have a place. It is a very, very aggressive opening, and is built to try and counter those 12 hatchery plays. But Eriador should actually be able to bring out a lot of Zerglings here to try and defend this. Now, the first Zealot is here. What exactly is his plan going to be? Looks like he's using a whale on the hatchery for just a little bit here. Not going to be worried too much about the Lings, but here we go. This is the moment when he needs to worry and needs to start to try and micro against this. He needs to really micro his Zealots back, try and get them in a decent position. And unfortunately, his Zealot's getting a little bit spread out. That's going to be pretty good for Eriador. But Prase pulling his Zealot back at the last possible second, and of course, every Ling that is forced is going to be one less drone, which does hurt the Zerg's economy quite a lot in the early game. But here we go. Prase's micro has actually been really, really stellar so far, keeping his Zerglings alive under exceptional circumstances. With another 2 Zealots coming in, this is going to be pretty huge. One of the drones moves out to try and build a Sunken, I think, but not going to be able to. And this second hatchery may actually go down. This is pretty insane so far. A lot of Zerglings have gone down, and a lot of Zealots are still alive. As you can see, some of them very, very low on health, and if this hatchery goes down, it could all be over for drone before it even begins. And it looks like one of the Zealots actually getting bugged out due to the Lings, but does survive. And now Eriador is going to be stuck up his ramp here against Prase. Prase doing a very, very good job here, pushing in with these Zealots. Back at home, it looks like he's not adding on too much. But there is one Sunken here that's going to be doing a lot of damage. Eriador needs to make sure he's target firing this very, very well. And it's not in the best of places to try and actually drill around, but does manage to hold on for now. 2 more Zealots are going to be coming in, but a lot of these damaged Zealots are going to go down. And here we go. 2 Zealots do remain in the main, another couple are in the natural as well. They're going to be taking down a few extra Lings that have spawned, but this is a lot of damage that Eriador's taken. Of course, Prase hasn't taken expansion during all this. This is semi-all-in, and it looks like in the time I wasn't looking at the minimap, Eriador did manage to sneak a second hatchery in. And this could be the key that he does need for success. I don't think Prase is expecting this whatsoever. He is probably wondering where all these extra Zerglings are coming from. But getting a really, really nice sort of wall off against the Lings. I mean, Prase is still doing a fantastic job. He's still got more Zealots streaming across the map here. We're going to have an expansion coming up very, very shortly as well. But he is going to kick himself when he finds this base. This is what is keeping Eriador in the game right now. The extra production from the hatchery is going to be so, so important. And if he has got speed on the way, which he doesn't, no gas. Could you imagine if he had speedlings right now? This would actually just end the game. But here we go, do have a Nexus coming in with a pylon. The Lings are going to get stopped, I believe, by the Zealots, but he needs to make sure he does micro this properly. But this is a lot of Lings coming across the map. 2 groups just here and another sort of set moving across as well. And this is just going to be so many Lings for Prase to handle. He is trying to get the best possible wall he can get, but Eriador's been getting a good surround. Looks like just about that may be enough to hold on for now, but we're going to have to see some cannons here very, very shortly. Looks like the first one is on the way. But Eriador still building a lot of Lings. He's going to try and take his natural again as his third base. No drones at the, I guess his natural now at the 10 o'clock position here. And Prase looks like he's held on. So Eriador is slowly going to be able to pull his way back. He is going to have to start droning up quite heavily. I mean, it looks like he's still going to keep adding on Lings, try to do as much damage as he can. But of course, the moment for him to do damage, I believe, is actually past. We're going to have 2 cannons finishing up on the natural, and that is going to be very, very huge for Prase to be able to do. Now, I'm not really sure what Eriador's plan is here. He's going to finally add on his gas. Going to start droning up at his natural third. Well, I'm just going to call this his third base, because otherwise it's going to get way too confusing. And his natural, of course, is rebuilding here. Going to be able to start droning up on here as well. Now, are we going to see a counter all in here from Eriador? or is he going to move forward? Looks like we do have a lot of Zealots moving up the ramp. Some of them are going to be fighting low ground to high ground, I believe, and this is a very, very nice angle for the Lynx to be able to push in from, but still a very, very nice, trade there for Prase. And of course, as I did say before, this is, I mean, that's 4 less drones, right? I think that's 8 Lings. Yeah, 4 less drones. He, of course, did take some drone damage early on, did lose that hatchery. So, Prase I would still put ahead. He has lost a lot of Zealots. But you know what? It's still been a pretty crazy game. Now we do have 2 gateways. Simon X-Core finally coming up. No +1 upgrade yet, I don't think, for Prase. So that's incredibly far delayed. Of course, he did go for this 2-gate opening, which did mean he sort of foregone. Trying to think of the right word, but he did avoid sort of any tech for a very, very long time, including a forge. So a lot of that money was gone, or I think he actually skipped out on a gas for a very long time as well, because he didn't really need it. He couldn't spend it on anything. Here we go, Prase moving forward again. Gonna need to be careful. These Lings should have speed fairly shortly. Of course, does have his gas mining now. Looks like we're finally starting to see more and more drones be added on, but here we go, another set of Lings. Of course, Eriador needs to be careful. These do not have +1, but this is a lot of Zealots going to be moving across the map now. I would like to take it back to a comment DM White made a few, I think it was like in week 4 or something. It was like, how do you PvZ on this map? And Prase is doing a pretty good job of showing that off. But here we go, more and more Zealots pushing up. They do not have speed, of course, and more Lings going to be coming in from the side. The Sunken Colony going to be doing a lot of damage, and a lot of these Zealots have actually gone down, so really, really nicely done by Eriador. But this may just be too many Zealots. The Zealots going to be able to get into the drone line. But it looks like more Lings are streaming out. We do have some Hydras finally as well. And Prase's unit count will actually be reset here, and that is a huge, huge deal. Eriador is going to be able to hold on for just a little bit longer. 4 gateways, 5 gateways in the main. Templar Archive straight away, going to skip Stargate. He does know that there's probably, well, he scouted the fact there was no second gas here, and of course he did see the Lings coming in from this angle, so he should know about the 3rd base now. And looks like this this probe is going to be trying to go and scout that based on the pathing of that. We'll go down to the Hydralist now. This could be, as I said, Drone could be going for a counter all-in himself if he's going to be adding nothing but Hydras, but no, he is adding some more drones. Trying to take it to a little bit further on. Oh, sorry, Eriador plays TVC. My bad. I forgot he plays the slightly favoured race in all the matchups. I don't know why. He plays PBT. But yeah, here we go. Now the probe is going to finally see this 3rd base. Going to be sort of hitting himself in the head right now. Going to be thinking, oh, that's how Eriador's still in it. But here we go. This is a lot of Hydras. The cannons not in the best place to actually defend against this. They were kind of built to defend against the Zerglings. No wall out the front either, so going to be a little bit harder to hold on. He's going to add a 7th and an 8th gateway into his main, as well as get Storm on his Templar Archives. And there we go, Evolution Chamber going to start to create the wall here with the hatchery. He's now up to, I believe this is 4th hatchery, going to be going up to lair as well. And yeah, that is just the 4th hatchery, so nothing too crazy. Gonna be, I think Drone is just trying to take it to the late game because he knows he does have strong mechanics, especially late game. He's got a very strong ZVP. I know he does play PvZ sometimes as well, so it's not like he is a ZVP mastermind. Well, I mean, in terms of sort of foreign players, Drone is probably one of the smartest there is. So him and TT1, very, very, very good and very, very clever when it comes to Brood War. But here we go. Looks like we are going to have the Zealots finally with speed. Do they have +1? Yes, they do. And this is going to be a little bit of counter pressure here coming in from Prase. Eriador getting a nice position with this Hydra is going to make it a little bit harder for the Zealots to push in, but these Zealots are going to be forced to run away with their side blades between their legs, as they will need to fall back from all of the Hydras here now. Prase doing a good job just scouting around now, making sure he hasn't missed any other hidden bases, and that is going to be a very, very important thing to do. Even checks down here to make sure there's no hidden hatchery. That is something you can actually do. We finally do have some High Templar here. They do all have enough energy for Storm as well, so when we do have this next attack coming in, this is going to be a little bit harder for Eriador to hold on to. Of course, does not have any Hydrus upgrades, and Hydrus against Storm, not the best of matchups there, but not too bad. This Overlord going to scout the gateway count, which is kind of surprising. Looks like whatever Dragoon was chasing it has given up. Oh, another Dragoon did pop out and kill that immediately. Okay, so we do have the Robo coming in as well. We have Armor before +2 attack, which is kind of an interesting choice. But I guess he does believe that Armor is going to help him out here. We had a bit of an Ice Storm. That's a better Storm there. And Prase still pushing across the map. He's lost a lot of his Zealots, though it is mostly going to be Dragoons against this. And Hydralisks do a pretty good job against Dragoons, really, when they have decent enough numbers. But I think there's actually more Dragoons right now than Hydralisks, and this could be a lot of damage going into the front. Now, of course, there are two very well-placed Sunken Colonies. We should have some more units streaming over. Looks like we're going to have nothing but Dragoons here with this Storm. And that's going to be pretty strong as well. But here we go. Some of the poor Hydralisks rallied into the wrong location. Going to go down immediately. But whereabouts is Prase going to try and pounce on? He is getting his third base, so he's not going all in here. And he's going to try and contain Eriador. Now, of course, this is a very good place to hold. You are on a high ground here, so going to be a little bit harder for Eriador to push up this. And it's a very small choke as well. But looks like we do actually have Eriador moving into Lurkers now. He's going to be trying to use those Lurkers to try and get maximum value out of all of his units. There's not an observatory yet, so there's going to be no observers. And oh my god, he stopped lurkering. Oh no, he's not. Okay. I think that was just out of range or something, but you know what? I guess he decided to actually announce where they were. Now, of course, it's going to be a little bit harder to push down here as long as these burrow, which it looks like they will do. Spreading them out pretty well. I think there can still be a Storm here to both of these, but going to be a little bit harder. He's not going to know about them before it's too late. And here we go. A lot of damage going down onto the Protoss army here. And Prase is going to have to fall back once again. Now, Prase doing the normal Protoss method of when you get a base, why not build 20 cannons in PvZ because you have a lot of excess minerals. And, I mean, with these gateways not pumping as well, his money is going to go up pretty high here. But, oh my god, they're huge, huge storms. A lot of Zerg's army has actually gone down, storming a lot of his own units, missing this final lurker. So only one lurker does actually remain. And there we go, a nice storm does finish that off here by Prase. Now, Prase's army is very, very scary right now. It has 2-1, so he actually has double forge. I missed the other forge, but looks like we are going to have some Overlords going down, 2 Dragoons as well. And does he have enough for Storm? This is almost going to have enough, but goes down before I can use it. Really, really huge move there by Eriador. But looks like another Storm does go down. Is this going to be enough? It doesn't look like it is. And once again, Prase feels like he has to pull back a little bit. Another building does go down there, at least at the front. Another nice Storm, but does lose another High Templar. Now, are we going to see Prase trying to expand again behind this? I mean, he's not macroing. That's a big, big issue right now. And slowly but surely, Eriador is going to be able to pull ahead now. It looks like we don't have a bugged replay. Prase has finally started macroing out all of his gateways again. Or at least most of them. The trouble is he's queuing up on a lot of his gateways and not building out all of them, so that's why his supply isn't as high as it could be. Of course, the more units you have producing at the same time, your supply will go up a lot faster. But here we go, looks like we have Prase going to look to put some pressure onto this third. He's put a lot of pressure at the front, and Eriador has sent a lot of units back up here, but there's still no observer. Looks like we finally have the observer on the way here, and that's going to be his sort of key to victory here if he does manage to keep this alive. But once again, Prase faking aggression at the third base, going to move into the front after this. And oh my god, he could have a really huge storm here. Does he have enough energy? No, he does not. And this is a lot of damage going down on the Protoss army. I mean, Prase is doing a good job pushing in. He's killing a lot of Hydralisks, but he's taking a lot of damage as well. And there is a single lurker here which will go down. I don't know, wait, is there an observer here that I just can't see? I have no idea how he saw that observer or that lurker. I mean, a pretty good job. Here comes more lurkers though, and Hydralisks over from the third base. There is the observer. That explains a hell of a lot. But Eriador getting a really nice trade, gonna trade a lot of units for a lot of units, but he still does have all of his economy. Eriador is going to find it a little bit harder to actually take a third base. We do have, or take a fourth base even. We do have Hive on the way, and Eriador looks like he is going to be the one who wants to put on a little pressure, push out, try and secure ground on the map, so he can likely sneak a drone over to the right side. Kind of interesting that he's not going to bring an Overlord up here, but I guess he needs to be careful. He can't really afford to be supply blocked right now. And Prase, once again, doing a really good job just scouting around, making sure there's nothing crazy going on. Does, of course, have the Observer watching this space, but here we go, another big engagement in the middle. And it looks like Prase may just have a little bit too much. 3-2 should be finished soon on the upgrades, as long as he started those at the beginning. Oh, he's actually going for shield upgrade here. And 3 attack is about 2/3 of the way through, so I get it. Oh, that's okay. That's shield level 2, so that's kind of insane that he's going for that. But here we go. Looks like he is going to push in. That's going to help his Archons a lot. How much damage can he actually do here? This is going to be a lot of damage going down on Eriador's army. Eriador is holding on every time by the skin of his teeth. But if only there were more storms, if there was a little bit more tech here, I think Prase could actually break through. But Prase just doesn't seem to have enough each time. But it could be that this time is going to be the lucky one. He's attacked once, it didn't work. He attacked twice, it didn't work again. But third time lucky as he pushes into this natural. But no, more units coming in from the back for the surround by Eriador here and killing all of Prase's army. Such a huge move there. Going to reset the entire army count once again. Eriador doing such a sick job right now, holding on against all odds. He's still going to have a decent number of minerals in his main. I mean, he is going to be close to mine out fairly soon. He is going to have to try and take a fourth base soon as well. It's going to be very difficult for him, but he is going to be able to stop the Protoss expanding as well. And Protoss, of course, going to mine out a lot quicker. Main is mined out. Natural very close as well. And where is Prase going to try and expand? Looks like this probe finally going to come into effect and do something. They're going to go down immediately. Eriador pounces on that the second he can. And unfortunately, Sunkens do not keep track of kills, because that Sunken would have had so many if we could watch it. But here we go. Looks like we're going to have Eriador trying to move out, trying to put some pressure on the third. Needs to be careful, though. Prase, of course, did lose a lot of units, but he does have a lot of gateways in order to re-macro this up. Whereas Eriador, of course, still on 4 or 5 hatcheries, I think. Maybe 6 at this point, but we do have 1 there. 2 here, and 2 in the main. So it's going to be 5. We have Defiler Mound coming in. I believe that's Plague, but I can never remember what the icon is for that. I know it's certainly not Consume, so... I mean, looking at this is a very weird icon if it is Plague. I don't think it's Swarm either. Maybe it is Swarm. I mean, Swarm would be pretty good against what the Protoss has, but of course Zealots are not affected by it, so it's not overly great. And of course, when your army is mostly Hydralisks, although it looks like he is going to move into Ling Lurker now with those Defilers. Looks like Prase is going to try and take his fourth base again over here, sending a lot of units back here to defend. Oh my god, they start with Swarm. I'm such a clown. I do not know Zerg at all, but this plucky Ling going to get a probe kill. You know what? No wonder why Defilers are broken, guys. They start with Swarm. How is that fair, guys? Make it an upgrade. Let's go. But here we go. Looks like we're gonna have a big engagement once again. Eriador trying to stop this fourth base attempt. Not gonna be able to do it, but there's no. Oh my god, there's no observer here yet. And oh my god, this is so much damage going down on the Protoss army. Even losing a DT hit. Oh my god, he's losing so much to the 3 Lurkers, he can't do anything about them. And what a huge engagement for Eriador to win. And he gets this fourth base up himself as well. And oh my god, Prase lost most of his army there to Lurkers he couldn't see. And I mean, even the DT getting plagued, so it was actually detected at that point. Adding gateways onto this base, gonna need to add some cannons as well, because this is a massive army from Eriador moving in. Swarm does go down, gonna allow him to get his Lurker under here, do some damage to the Dragoons, but of course, finally there is an observer here. That's gonna be a good thing he can do, but a huge plague once again by Eriador. Gonna try and get as much value out of all of his units as he possibly can. And this is not the best of situations. Now here we go. Another swarm has gone down on top of the Lings. They are going to be looking to do a lot of damage. Looks like Prase will hold on for now. But can he hold against this massive, massive army coming in? He's not sending any reinforcements over to this base. It looks like this base may actually go down. But this Archon doing so much. 11 kills. And I believe they're mostly Zerglings. But here we go. Looks like it will move forward. Will eventually die. Finally, we do have some cannons. Cannon's not overly great against Swarm, of course. Swarm does keep everything alive under there. And with no Zealots here whatsoever, he's going to have a hard time clearing out these Lurkers. But here we go. Getting a nice punch down on that. Does get one of the Lurkers, but there is actually a DT under here, which is doing a hell of a lot of damage. And it looks like Prase going on the aggressive side himself. Of course, all of Eriador's army was sent over to that top right. He does have some more units at the back, but is it going to be enough to hold on to this? There's a lot of Protoss units pushing in, but there are 2 Lurkers on top of his army not burrowing. Can he burrow? He burrows it under Swarm. There's only Dragoons left, and this is going to be quite an easy cleanup, I think, for Eriador here. Looks like Prase did manage to hold on to his force base over there on the right, and Eriador does have his own force base there as well. But strangely, with the 3-2-2 upgrades, Prase is doing such an amazing job trading into these units. And here we go, we have a Defiler. It does not have enough energy. It can't even consume anything here. And this extra Lurker may actually go down as well. Another Defiler at the back does have enough for another Swarm. But I mean, what is he going to do? He's going to lose his Queens there. So no Queens for Drone here. I know that is one of his favorite units. So looks like eventually Eriador's going to be able to clean this up, but he's taken a lot of damage. He's lost a lot of oh my god. That was 6 kills on those stop Lurkers on top of the ramp. Huge, huge deal there. I did just about catch the end of that. But still. Here we go. So we do have Lings moving in. Gonna clean that up, but not before losing his hatchery. And it looks like we have Eriador trying to move in with his Lurkers once again. Gonna lose them to 2 Zealots though. These Zealots are so well upgraded. We only have 2-2 upgrades on the Zerg army. And 2-1 for the... or 1-2 I guess for the melee units. Oh, this is going to be so annoying to deal with though. Cracklings under Swarm do so much damage to buildings. Even killing a DT, what can those units not do? And this is a lot of damage coming down. We have a lot more Lings streaming in. Lurker eggs morphing as well. Now it looks like we're going to have another force base attempt over on the top left here, but he's going to lose his force base over here. There's nothing he can do about the Lings under Swarm. I mean, 2-1 or 1-2 even, or 2-2 Lings against 3-2-2 Zealots, I would say, with crack upgrade. Actually just make it a little bit easier for the Lings even. But looks like we do have another load of units trying to move across the map. This has turned into quite an epic game with 25 minutes in, and it still does not look like it's going to end anytime soon. Oh, he's actually leaving the gateways alive. That's very, very sneaky, but here we go. It looks like he's going to kill them now. But what is Prase going to do? He's sending a lot of units up here. He needs to try and stop the third base attempt again in the 10. It looks like he's sent some units up to the 2 o'clock. Maybe he doesn't know about the third base or the fourth base yet for Eriador, unfortunately. Really, really well hidden by him. Now here we go. We have Zealots and a DT pushing in. The DT does go down. There's a lot of Lurkers here. Trying to click it. 4 Lurkers under, or 3 under the Swarm. 1 just on its own. Only Dragoons and Archons won't be able to push up to that. Now, will Prase actually go and check out this base? That is going to be a huge, huge moment in the game. Of course, there is Sunken's here to defend. We do have the third base coming back up for Eriador, but I mean, it's very, very nearly mined out. The natural, of course, for both players is mined out. Both of them mining off of just 1 base at the moment, but looks like that other base is just finished. Going to be able to start mining here, but that's going to be mined out soon as well. Now, with this third base, it's going to be almost mined out, so we're going to have Prase in a pretty awful position if he can't secure another base, and here we go. Looks like he's going to try and push up. Once again, going to be forced to turn around. And this is a lot of units to get plagued. This is most of his army, I think, at this point. And, I mean, this isn't the best of position. Of course, plague doesn't affect Archons too much, but it's still going to do a decent amount. Do we have any storms over here? Looks like we do have a couple. Now, the one important thing that Prase needs to do is stop Eriador from taking this base right now. If he can stop him at least expanding up here, He could do a decent amount. A nice storm going down on top of the lurkers. Gonna catch 3 of them in one storm, so really, really nicely done, but does lose some of his Archons and some of his, oh no, sorry, some of his High Templar. And I mean, Drone is doing an insane job right now. It looks like he's trying to move in, trying to get some units in to try and scout the hatchery, but this is just so much damage coming down from these 2-3 lurkers and the 2-3 Zerglings as well. Do we have any additional tech coming up from Drone? I wouldn't have thought we'd see Ultras here. He doesn't really have the money. And no, it doesn't look like we will do. No even additional upgrades coming up for him. Prase has secured this 3rd base, or this new 4th base even, over on the right side. Of course, Eriador going to have his 4th base up as well. But still, this is going to be a lot of damage. Looks like Prase is going to move up, going to scout this. Now, the crazy thing to me is when you check Prase's vision, I don't know if he's actually seen this. He scouted this earlier. It does show his thingy, but oh, here we go. This is going to be a lot of damage. This is 4, 3, 2, 2 Zealots and 3 Archons moving in. Oh my god, this is going to be so much damage. So many drones going down. That's 5 drones, 6 drones now. This evolution chamber going to go down almost immediately. And no amount of Lings is going to be able to clean this up. This is the anti-Ling task force. Going to be doing a lot of damage to Eriador's army here. Now, once again, though, he has to be careful. Those lurkers up the ramp, they're going to be doing a lot of damage here to the Zealots, to the Archons as well. And a nice Plague does actually go down on the Archons, as I said before. Not too impactful. These Archons do have +2 plasma shields, so they've got 350 shields right now. And here we go. Looks like Eriador going to be pushing into this mined out 3rd base. This could be a pretty big mistake. There's a lot of cannons here, but it's not really worth pushing here. The gas is depleted, the probes can run away. And, I mean, Eriador's lost his base up here. He's mining up here on the top right. We do have units coming in to defend this as well. And Eriador may have made a little bit of a mistake. Interestingly, Prase hasn't taken this base yet. I don't think he scoured that for a while, so going to be kind of important, but Eriador has his 5th base up now. He's going to try and take this other main. An Observer, of course, does see this, and Prase is going to try and jump on this to try and kill it. But this is so many units for Eriador. Looks like he's actually going to catch a drone transfer from the 2 o'clock base as well. So Prase should know there's a base up there. He should try and assault that now, I would say. But here we go. Swarm going down immediately. Consume again. Making sure he gets another one. And oh my god, Prase looks like he wants to mine from this base. Why on earth is he not just taking this base? A huge Plague going down on a lot of the units here. Nice storms though, on top of the lurkers, on top of the ramp. And Eskia, all the information is in the thread, so do check that out, but there are some Terran games a little bit later on. Surprisingly, I've been casting for an hour now, and this is only the 2nd game. So pretty crazy games so far. Nice storm once again, going to use the lurker, but going to go down immediately. Now, if Eriador can hold on to this, he may be in a pretty decent position. He's not retaken the 10 o'clock, and I mean, Prase is just not expanding here, and I have no idea why. I don't know if he just doesn't know there's a base here or something, but I mean, he should do. He's played this map before, so here we go. Looks like Prase going to move up with a lot of probes. Going to be distance mining, maybe trying to steal as much money from the Zerg as possible. I mean, he must know there's a base up there now, surely, but here we go, a lurker moving down the ramp. How many probes is this actually going to get? A nice Plague does go down on a lot of the Protoss units here, and a nice storm does go down some units, but I mean, oh my god, Prase is taking the natural. What on earth am I seeing? He is expanding in between the 2 Zerg bases, and it's actually working. Like, they're close in supply now. Of course, Prase does have a massive army, but this is a lot of 2-3 Lings, a lot of Hydros and Lurkers as well. And oh my god, this could actually be a big moment in the game. He is moving out. He's going to catch some of the units undefended, but it doesn't matter. These 3, let's actually check the Zealots, can't click them. 3 upgrades on the Protoss army. This is such a huge, powerful army here, not even needing Reavers. And oh my god, he's just suiciding his units up the ramp. The High Templar, they aren't using their storm. No, he loses 4 High Templar for free. And that's a huge moment. He's lost most of his army as well. And Prase is actually down in supply. He's only mining off of the 1 base now. And his army was decimated by the lurkers on top of the ramp. What a huge blunder. And that could be the moment that actually gives Eriador the game. He's mining off of 2 bases. Some cannons do get down, but speed or cracklings are going to take those down immediately. Going to take down this Nexus as well. I'm not really sure the point of that swarm, if I'm being completely honest. But you know what? It looks cool. He's going to try and take out that base. Prase still suiciding some probes over here, and Eriador has taken the advantage now in this game. Now Prase is scouting around for additional bases. I still can't believe he's not seen this base. This is twice he's missed a really obvious expansion spot from the Zerg player. He did it earlier on with the 3rd base, and I mean, Prase has lost so many units at this point. He doesn't really have that much defending this base, and I mean, he's building a lot of High Templar, but he's just not using his Storm. And I mean, Eriador's army still very, very strong. Here we go. Looks like we may have another plague coming in. That could be a big plague. A nice storm does go down. Getting a lot of the links. I mean, it doesn't mean the end of the world here. Gonna have to be careful though. Of storming a lot of his own units. This would be a whiff storm. But still trading pretty nicely. Looks like we do have Eriador scouting out this 4th base now. So he is going to know where he needs to assault, but big engagement in the middle. Looks like we actually have Eriador's army being cleaned up. The 3-3-3 on the Protoss army just doing so much here. And Eriador continues to try and hold. He has his 2 bases. He's getting this 3rd base as well. So this is going to be a bit of a problem. We do have the Zealots moving in, dying to the Lurkers. A nice storm does go down. Gonna try and take out as many of these links as possible, but unfortunately Prase is just losing so many units here. He's gonna storm all of his own High Templar and all of his own units just to try and get some damage here. And now Hydra could have killed that, but I don't think he realized how low damage it was. Now, I'm surprised we don't see any DTs mixed in here, because there isn't actually any, what are they called, Overlords. But there we go, a nice swarm does go down. I'm going to help him defend against the Dragoon, but this is still a lot of Zealots. But I almost feel like Prase should be waiting for more units. Prase is not expanding to this base still. I just don't think he knows it exists, unfortunately. And there we go. It looks like Prase gonna try and trade again, but the trouble is all of these small army engagements are slowly starting to favor the Zerg player, especially when Plague is involved. He's taking so much damage on his units. And I mean, this is just insane amounts of damage being done by Eriador. Here we go. Looks like we're going on, so a nice, well, I say a nice storm, but it was a little bit whiffed, but it does do a lot of damage anyway somehow. Now, Prase still isn't taking the 5 o'clock for some reason, but he is adding on more and more units. He's just trying to get as much damage done as possible, but I mean, Eriador, mining now off of 3 bases, is just getting so much value out of his Lings, so much value out of his Defilers as well, and gonna get another 3 High Templar. Oh my god, that's such a huge move. Nice storms do manage to go down, they do at least do something. But, oh my god, Prase is checking this base again. Did Prase see the creep? He must have done, surely. No, he didn't. He didn't see the creep again. I don't think Prase knows what's going on. Here we go. He's still out of range of the creep. Oh my god. Prase is probably so confused at where Eriador's got all this money from. Nesquik, I like that. But here we go, looks like Prase is going to be moving forward with some more and more Zealots, but he needs to build up an army. He's down 30 supply now against the Zerg. That is not the position you want to be in. And I mean, he's just slowly throwing away more and more units. He's slowly getting it more and more mined out. And unfortunately, I don't think Prase has quite the same level of expertise when it comes to late game situations like Eriador does. I mean, we're 40 minutes into the game, both the macroing still super hard, just trying to do any damage they can. But I think Drone, the fact he's secured these 3 bases, is eventually going to win this game. Now, whether or not it's in the next 5 minutes or in 20 minutes, if Prase does not manage to break through, which is going to be incredibly difficult, and another 2 High Templar are going to go down again. This is such a huge blunder by Prase to lose so many of these High Templar so often. I mean, just look how much value the drone is getting out of every single one of his units. Picking off the all-important tech units. Of course, Prase helping him out with that as well. Storming his own Archon there. And I mean, I don't know what more else there is to say. Prase has got a lot of money at this point. He still does not have the 5 o'clock base. He's never built a shuttle with a Reaver to try and do any damage to the main. And I mean, Prase almost feels like he's been sat on the same situation for the past 20 minutes or so. Now, we actually have this base mining out, and I think as soon as this mines out and he fails to bust in, he's probably going to give up. He's still not going to take the 5 o'clock base. And when he watches this... when he watches this back, he's going to be fairly disappointed, I think. I mean, he's doing the best he can. He's trying to use storms, but he just doesn't have enough. Eriador just adding more and more units on, and here we go. Here are the patented Zerg Queens. There's currently 8 of them. They're building up energy. They're going to be able to spawn Broodling and Snare. They're going to do everything they need to. Prase is no longer mining. He's not built that 5 o'clock base. And I mean, surely... he's seen the creep now, okay, so he does know that base is there. I mean, I don't know how he didn't scout early. He did see units coming from there, so... I mean, the problem Prase has had, he hasn't had Reavers, he's not had shuttles, he's not been able to do any harassment, he's just been throwing army upon army into complete Zerg efficiency. 3-2, or 2-3, still no +3 attack. I almost feel like this is a mistake from Drone, because +3 attack, fairly good upgrade for him to get. Now there's still 2 spare mining bases remaining, but one of them is on Eriador's side of the map. And Prase once again losing all of his army, losing another High Templar here, and this is the last hurrah for him. Looks like he's actually going to try and build some more units. He's going to be mining out. I mean, it feels like he's saving up for a Nexus because he's not spending any more money. But I don't think he knows where the bases are. Like, I'm really, really confused by this game. But there we go. Looks like the probes are transferring somewhere. I don't know where they're going, but still, Prase doing a fairly good job. But I mean, Eriador is doing really well. I can't believe you are winning this game. Oh my god, no GG! Leaves the game. Eriador takes game 2 of the series. And we are going to be moving on to game 3. Now, that's actually kind of a funny outcome. Of course, a lot of that comes down to the fact that he didn't manage to scout the base. Now, that is unfortunate.